You know what's fascinating? Studies show that the average person says yes about 27 times more often than they say no, even when they desperately want to decline.
Well, that certainly explains why I felt so exhausted after saying yes to everything last week. My calendar was completely packed with commitments I didn't really want to make.
The psychology behind this is really interesting. Researchers at UC Berkeley found that the fear of saying no actually triggers the same brain regions as physical pain.
Hmm, that explains why my stomach literally churns when I have to turn someone down.
And here's what's really wild. In workplace studies, people who set clear boundaries are actually rated as more competent by their colleagues, yet 82% of employees report difficulty saying no to their boss.
Though I have to wonder, how do those numbers vary across different cultures? I mean, in some societies, direct refusal is practically taboo.
That's such a crucial point, like in Japan, where they have about 15 different ways to say no without actually using the word. It's all about reading between the lines.
The way they break down these refusal techniques is actually brilliant, starting with that simple formula of express regret, state position, maintain calm voice.
You know what's fascinating? Studies show that the tone of voice accounts for about 38% of how a message is received, way more than the actual words used.
So you're telling me my panicked, high-pitched "I can't" isn't doing me any favors?
Well, research shows that lowering your vocal pitch even slightly can increase perceived confidence by up to 40%. It's these small adjustments that make a huge difference.
The workplace scenarios they outline really hit home, especially that statistic about how the average worker loses 3.8 hours per week doing tasks they should have declined.
And get this, when people start implementing clear boundary setting techniques, their productivity increases by an average of 23%, according to workplace efficiency studies.
Though I imagine those numbers might be different for different personality types.
Oh, absolutely. Studies show that people who score high on agreeableness traits have about twice as much difficulty saying no. But here's the interesting part. They also report higher levels of workplace burnout.
The way they address those persistent pushers is particularly helpful. You know, the ones who just won't take no for an answer.
The data on this is pretty striking. The average person will attempt to persuade up to 3 times after an initial no, which is why that broken record technique is so important.
So, what's the most effective way to handle those multiple attempts?
Research shows that maintaining the same calm, firm response actually reduces follow-up requests by about 75%. It's like training people how to respect your boundaries.
The family dynamics piece of this is particularly complex. There's so much emotional weight there.
And the research backs this up. People report feeling 3 times more guilt when saying no to family compared to colleagues. But here's what's fascinating. Clear boundaries actually lead to stronger family relationships in the long run.
Well, that's certainly a powerful reframe of the whole situation.
Looking at the bigger picture, this isn't just about communication. It's about mental health. Studies show that people who regularly practice boundary setting report 40% lower stress levels.
These techniques really do seem to transform what feels like a moment of rejection into something more like an act of self respect.
And that's really the key takeaway. It's not about being difficult, it's about being clear. When we can say no with confidence, we create space for more meaningful yeses in our lives.